Hey, dads, wherever you're connecting in from, this is number 1 of 10 top tips for busy dads. We're running these 10 top tips on the build up to our DadCamp program in 2 weeks. Details are on the bio. If you're in Northern Ireland or Ireland, we would love to see you at DadCamp. So tip number 1 is all around this word, dads. Time. You know how kids spell love? Time. Like you can buy them PlayStations, you can buy them all the stuff. The memories that they're going to have is about the time that you spent with your kids. And here's the truth, dads. You can't make time. How am I going to make time for this? You can't make time. How am I going to find the time? You can't make time. You can't find it. Listen, there are 24 hours in every day. That does not change. What you need to do, and I know you don't like this word, dads, you need to manage your time. You need to manage your time not on the basis of just your diary, but their diary. Find out the times that they're energized. You can have conversations with them and meaningful conversations. I know from my 2 kids, first thing in the morning before they go to school, you do well to get yes and no's out of them. So that's not a big time for me to invest conversation in the kids. Maximize the moments with your time. A few years ago, my son moved football teams to Bangor. And I remember speaking to a fellow dad and thinking, gosh, this is going to be an extra half-hour travel there, half-hour travel back, 3 times a week, sometimes 4. I'm going to lose like 4 hours of time. And he said, no, you're not. Because if you get in a car with your son Noah and you turn the radio off and you tell him to keep his phone off, you get quality conversation with your son. And that was great advice. And 2 years later, when Noah left that football club, I actually missed those little conversations that we had together. Does that make sense? Here's the second thing I want to say is this. Keep making yourself available, dads, to your kids. When my kids were younger and I said, you want to do something together? Most of the time they said yes. As they get older, I would say with Noah, it's like 50-50. I would say for Megan, probably not, like 70% no, 30% yes. But when she was younger, it was the other way around. Because they grow, things are different. They make different decisions. They've got different priorities. They don't understand time the same way as we understand it. But here's what you've got to do, dads. Listen, keep making yourself available. Keep saying to your kids, you want to do something. You want to do something. Because the moment that you measure it by the no's and you check out, you miss the potential of the yes that comes along. Megan and I are going paddleboarding after I finish this video. Why? Because I said, you want to do something tonight? She said, yes. So keep making yourself available in terms of time. The third thing is this. Be prepared to do things with your time that's outside of your comfort zone. Sometimes your kids want to do something. You're like, I'm too tired. I'm just back from work. Can't be bothered. Make the time because you're making memories. We were on a holiday recently. The 2 kids wanted to go out on a banana boat. I'm going to be honest. I had no desire to be flung off the back of a banana boat. I'm getting too old for that. But I said yes. We went out. We had a blast, and do you know what? It burns a memory in their heads, and they are worthwhile. So be prepared to do things that take you outside of your comfort zone. Number 4 in terms of time is this. Make your time with your kids uninterrupted time. So in our house, when we have dinner, the television is never on. Phones are off. It's face-to-face conversation around the dinner table. We try to build in time to play board games because it's uninterrupted, where the phones are away, we're not watching TV, and we can chat about the board game, have some fun. My wife won Risk last night. Can you imagine? My wife beat me at Risk. But we have a quality uninterrupted time together. Number 5 is this. Plan ahead with your time and make plans for holidays, and kids can get excited because they see there's a little finish line along the way. They get excited and be prepared to spend the money on holidays. I've heard a few dads in the last few years saying, well, we're not going on holiday this year because we're getting a new bathroom suite in. We're not going on holiday because I'm saving up for a new car. Listen, holidays are so good to make memories with your kids. I remember hearing a story, true story, in the 1940s. Of a family were saving up for a bathroom, and the son had an idea. Listen, let's leave the bathroom the next year. Let's go to a holiday. I think it was it was one of those parks in America, Yellowstone Park. They had the best holiday. Next year, they'd saved up the money again for the bathroom. The son said, hey, can we not just go on holiday again? True story. For 10 years, they never, ever got their bathroom refurbished. They just spent the money on holidays. And the next part of that story is later on that son tragically died in a war in Korea. But in his last letter that he wrote to his parents, knowing that his life was coming to an end, he talked about the memories that he had in those holidays, in those parks that they visited in America. Can you imagine? I can't imagine that anybody in their last sort of letter before they died would say, I'm so glad we spent the money in that bathroom. You know, there's just something about making a marker. We're going on a holiday, investing the money in those kinds of things. Number 6, lastly, conscious of time. You're busy watching this, is this. Time, make time for really important things, because in that time you get to model parenthood for your kids. So make time for all sorts of activities, important things, but this is the time for you to model parenthood onto your kids. I lost my dad when I was 13, so I've now got a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old. I haven't had anyone to model that for me, but I'm hoping that I can invest that into my kids, that they can model that time for them. And I can model my Christian life in front of them during that time. So it's important that we model the most important thing. Top tip tomorrow, we're going to cover one of the most important things that you can model for your kids. I hope that that's been helpful. I hope that that's been an encouragement. I finished with a little Bible verse for you to go away and look at. Ephesians chapter 5:18 says this: Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil. Let's make the most of every opportunity. The Greek implies something there of like snap up a bargain, like in a marketplace, like make the most of every opportunity. You've got a window, the age that your kids are at. Let's make the most of the opportunity. Snap up that bargain of time today. Manage your time well and be the best dad that you can be. You've got what it takes. Love you. Take care. Shalom, shalom.